and you don't want to start chasing it all over the place because you'll just be driving yourself crazy. So if we go back 2 screens here, it tells us we're only 4 miles away. And when you get 4 or 5 miles away from this thing, you just want to pick a heading that you know is centered. So whatever you got right there, like 100, I would just fly that heading. So that little white thing in the corner is the VOR.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're doing an instrument approach right now, this would be probably totally acceptable that we found the VOR. Keep an eye on your altitude. So when we get to the VOR, this thing's going to flip from to from. And I wrote down the from information to KMJX, and it's basically going to be, we're going to fly outbound on the 054 radial. So as soon as we get there, we could actually get ready to turn that to 054.
Lakehurst over there.
Lakehurst is those 2 giant hangars.
Yep.
So when we get there, this thing's going to flip, and it won't flip until we actually pass. Let me go back to McGuire. Actually, we're on McGuire right now. As soon as we get there, Leah, we're going to head outbound. As soon as it says from, we're going to turn this to 054, center that, and you'll see what happens really quick. That'll. So we just pretend you're in the clouds and you can't see it, and you're waiting for this thing to flip. It's not going to flip till we fully pass the station. Okay, there it goes right now. Look down here. So now turn this to 054. There you go. And now all we want to do is center that. So we're going to turn this plane to be about 30 degrees. And let's see if we can make that center right here. Now we're going to try and keep that centered no matter what. That's going to get us to KMJX.
I gotta go more left, right?
What's that?
I gotta go left more.
Well, there's a line. I think we just need to get away from the station a little bit.
Hammerhead 1-1 radar, contact 1 out to the west of McGuire. What's going to be on course heading to your destination today, sir?
Be turning out to about the 080 northeast to Asbury.
Hammerhead 1-1, copy.
Up a little.
Yeah, it looks like the best runway by
Hammerhead
far.
1-1, say altitude climbing to.
Remain 1,000 feet until we hit the Hudson, and we'll be taking exclusion.
Hammerhead 1-1, copy.
See that, right?
Yeah, so we're doing okay here. Let's get the ATIS set here. It's 119.875, so you can dial that in. There you go. And just keep an eye on your altitude, and then you'll flick this down to COM2.
Observation 1744 Zulu.
And now this is coming in, so you're crossing the line. Now you should turn to the heading that this says, which is 054. So just turn to 054,
Temperature
and you should be in good shape.
Celsius. Dew point 2-1 Celsius.
Just be 5 feet, just maintain 6,000.
Niner.
6,000, just B52.
Remarks. Density altitude 1.
So you can see, it's telling you just got to go a little bit to the right, but we're not in the clouds right now, but you can see this. We would get to Ocean County Airport following this. Tells us we're 3.5 miles away. We want it to go, I think I wrote down 9.2 miles.
07. Visibility 10. Sky
9.1 miles to from the VOR.
3-1 Celsius.
You can find yourself all over the United States using this method. We got to be a little careful now. We're coming up to Ocean County.
Number 5 Golf Whiskey, change to advisory for Chief Creek, report back up on the go.
Let's do a little bit of a turn to the right now because we're going to have to go upwind here.
Automated
There you
weather
go.
observation. 1745. Zulu. Wind 250.
250 is right down the runway that way, so we're going to land this way.
Sky condition clear. Temperature 31 Celsius. Dew point 21 Celsius. Altimeter 29er 6.
299er6 looks good.
Density altitude 1,000.
Just watch your altitude. We're descending a little bit. So our ASOS is here, but our CPAP is here, so you just push that flip-flop switch,
Zulu.
and now we're on the frequency. We'll get rid of it.
08.
Turn left base, your final 28 Cape May, let's go.
Cape May traffic, just up 1 minute back, departed Cape May Regional.
Let's come out this way a little bit, and there's a lot of people flying around. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing. There's only one plane in the vicinity of the airport.
Should be a factor for you. I'm about 3.5, 4 miles to the northeast.
We're going to come over here and then enter toward the center on a 45 degree. And then we're going to enter a left downwind, left base, and then final for runway 24.
Setting up 45 left downwind, runway 28, Cape May.
You can probably start turning toward the runway and we'll descend down to 1,050 feet or so while we're doing this. Let's take a little bit of power out, maybe down to 20.
The big white building over there?
What's that?
The big white building right there? Dead center?
I don't know what that is. Do you know?
That's the jail, where I work.
Oh, that's the jail. Oh, cool.
Foxtrot Alpha.
Just gonna make.
Say the access, please.
I'm just going to turn you inbound a little here while.
Ocean County traffic, Skyhawk is on the ILS 6, 4 miles out.
Cape May traffic, say you're active.
So this jackass is landing.
4 miles out.
There is he's coming in this way though.
Using runway 28.
Ocean County traffic, Skyhawk 62862. We're on a 45, entering a left downwind for 24, and we'll extend our downwind yield to the ILS traffic for 6. Okay, so let's put your nose up a little bit. There you go. Now we gotta hold 1,000 feet because we're gonna go way out here. Let this guy finish his.
Level aviation, citation 520, Charlie.
Keep the turn?
No, we're gonna go straight out. So is that your jail you said, or it's way over there?
On a right page.
We're gonna go to this. We're gonna go toward that building right in front of us.
Hospital.
We don't want to lose. Oh, that's the one in Brick.
That's EMC. Tom's River.
Okay. So we just want to hold this heading right here, and maybe whatever we do, we don't want to go any lower than 1,000 feet. And I'm just gonna see this guy on the ILS should be. He hasn't made.
Traffic, we have jumpers away.
Just maybe trim the nose up a little bit so you don't have any tendency to be descending.
Okay, May pitch is making a right 360 on there. We're looking for spacing for traffic on final.
So we're just waiting for this ILS guy to land. He's landing with an 8-knot tailwind. He really shouldn't be doing this. He should have done a circle to land after he finished the ILS, but they're practicing flight maneuvers. So when he gets a little closer, I'm going to make a radio call.
Cape May traffic. Light support on the 45 left downwind, runway 28, Cape May.
Ocean County traffic, Skyhawk missed approach back out to Coil. We're going to do another one.
Ocean County traffic, Skyhawk 62862, turning left base for runway 24. Okay, now he's out of your way. He went missed. So he made a right turn and he's out of the way. So we want to put our carb heat on right now. We're on a 2.5 mile final, 3 mile final. And you got the whole place to yourself at the moment. So let's get our white arc going. So let's go to 1800. I can't see the runway, so we should be 90 degrees to it.
You want it?
Don't descend yet though, because let's just lift our nose. You can add 1 notch of flaps. 1 notch of flaps real quick, and then start turning toward final. There you go. And watch your airspeed. Don't pull up. And look at that. Look at that. 1 white, 1 red. Okay. Ocean County traffic, Skyhawk 62862. We are extended our downwind for the ILS, and we're now 3 mile straight in final for runway 24, Ocean County. I just wanted to make it clear if anybody else is in the vicinity that we're out here for a reason. Okay, we're 78 knots. We really don't want to get too crazy with our flaps because we still have 3 miles before we get to the runway, but you've just gone up on the top side of the glide path, so let's put our nose down and recapture it when the red light comes on. We got to descend a little bit, so let's put our nose down. Stay lined up with the runway. We'll put our nose down until the red light comes on. One thing we can do is just take a little bit of power out. We'll dump another notch of flaps even though we're a little bit out of the white arc there. And we just want to find that red light because that's going to make your life a lot easier. Ocean County, Skyhawk is 1.5 mile final, 24. Okay. I think the red light's about to come on, don't you?
Looks like it's flickering.
Okay, so let's go back to about 17.
Skyhawk 6 Romeo Charlie is 14 miles to the southwest and down for the left downwind 24, Ocean County.
There you go. That looks pretty good. You can get the rest of the flaps. And it's going to be a little turbulent, but don't get too crazy. Don't overcorrect because you could land this thing with 2 fingers like this right now.
2.5 miles final.
So you got your power set, you got your carb heat on, the mixture's full rich, you're trimmed, you got all your flaps in, there's the red light. So you just